What's up, Leo? This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot, here to look at your week ahead starting April 21st, 2025. I apologize for that, Leo. I went straight into August. Damn. Okay, so Leo, I hope all is well. Welcome any new subscribers to my channel. I appreciate you, and I, definitely appreciate the current subscribers, such as yourself. Anyway, Leo, so my goal now is to reach 500 subscribers or more. Once I reach 500 subscribers, then YouTube gives me more benefits. That means the videos that I am posting become monetized, and also too, it would open up me having to do live sessions. So I would love to, open up to do live sessions with you guys, because I've enjoyed doing that in the past. I know that my work has taken a great deal of my time, but still, it's a goal that I'm pushing forward to. And if we can reach that goal, then, because I like doing these readings for you guys, right? So, yes, that's the goal. So always like the video, share the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. All right, so looking at the energies here for Leo this week, cleansing the energies from Dawn Cancer for the week, and we shall begin. What is the energies for Leo? What's coming up for my Lions this week? Energetically, what is in store for Leo? All right, let's cut the deck here. And by the way, the deck that I'm using will be listed in the description box, Leo, if anyone wants to know. But we're going to start off with the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so for some Leos here, it could be that, you start the week off worrying about some sort of financial situation, taking a loss in some sort of money dealings. Could be just thinking that you don't have enough money to cover your expenses this week, whether it's just regular bills or whatever, or something out of the blue comes up that creates the Five of Pentacles worry or concern over money or finances. It's temporary though, however, I wouldn't worry about it too much. But also I read the Five of Pentacles as my ghosting energy when it comes to communication. So hopefully you're not ghosting someone, Leo, or someone is not ghosting you. Usually this is in the form of stubborn energy, either your own or it could be someone else acting stubborn towards you, ignoring you. You could be ignoring them, okay, giving you the cold shoulder treatment. But also too, there's a positive energy that comes out of the Five of Pentacles, believe it or not. And that could be that you are the Leo that still would donate your time and money to worthy charitable causes. All right, no need to throw a clarifier on that Five of Pentacles. It's just really self-explanatory. To throw another clarifier on that card, or just to throw a clarifier in general, nobody wants to know, especially if the card comes up and shows you how poor you are, or the money struggles that you're having, or it could be, the tower. If the tower shows up, then it's just, a job loss, or it could be a business shutting down or closing down. So I don't want to do that to you guys. I just want to see it as a, temporary energy that if you are dealing with this, if it expresses itself towards you this week at all, just know that it's not going to be like that all the time. All right, so following the Five of Pentacles here for you, now we have the Two of Pentacles. All right, so the Two of Pentacles is my only timing card here. Whoever it is, whatever it is that you're waiting for, it could be that you're waiting for your financial situation to improve or do a turnabout. Could be waiting for a phone call. Could be waiting for a relationship to pick up. Could be waiting to jumpstart a project, or, move into or step into any other ideals that have come to you, but you just don't have the necessary resources to act. I call it 2 days or 2 week period of time. But of course, throughout the spread, if we get any of the movement cards here, would propel this energy. Anything that you're waiting for, whoever it is that you may be waiting for, will come much sooner. All right. So Two of Wands. Up next now we have the Three of Pentacles. Well, focus for some of you may be on money this week. All right. So the Three of Pentacles here could be a small pay raise coming in, just like the Two of Pentacles. I'm sorry, that's the Two of Wands, not the Five of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles could be the small pay raise. This is being recognized for some sort of work that you put into a project, whether it's in collaboration with others involving the work or outside of the work, and you work by yourself. And it could be something so simple that you completed. Okay, so there could be some sort of congratulations, thanking yourself, a job well done, in a form of monetary energies. It could be that small pay raise. Also, with the Three of Pentacles, you could be introduced to someone new, and I always assign there could be some sort of office love or romance taking place as well. All right, following the Three of Pentacles, now we have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords here. There's something around you that is coming to an end, Leo, whatever that energy may be. And then, of course, once that ends, something new is going to open up for you. It's usually positive. For some Leos that I'm reading for, if it's not you, could be someone that you know, planning some sort of future inpatient or outpatient surgical procedure. Now, I'm here to tell you that this energy here relates to yes, the procedure is going to be painful. You're going to feel it, but this is a card of recovery from all of that. So it's temporary pain and recovery. Following the Ten of Swords, now we have the World card, Major Arcana. Do pay attention to all the Major Arcanas that show up in your spread. They carry a lot of weight. In this instance here, it's stronger than the energy of the Ten of Swords here, because these two cards here represent something ending, something closing. This is a chapter closing, though, and then a new chapter is about to begin. Always be on the lookout for anything opportunistic this week, because this World card here always presents opportunities coming your way. All right. This also, too, represents relationships. Up next, now we have the Nine of Swords. Now, I'm going to throw a clarifier on that Nine of Swords, Leo, because the Nine of Swords is the card of distress. It's the card of having to deal with some sort of pain and suffering and silence. It may be a message connected to the Five of Wands that started our energy off as a projection of energy. That's why I said with the Five of Wands, don't engage in petty fights or arguments with anyone, because it's their energy, not yours. So it could be that you have dealt with that maybe in the past, whether it's romantic partners, co-workers, friends, family members, but there's still yet to be something resolved or come to some sort of resolve involving that. Now, this is the type of energy typically that, warrants some form of having to deal with extreme fear, excessive worry, overthinking, okay? Could be doubtful, could be suspicious, but you're seeking some sort of relief from all of this angst and anxiety, high anxiety as well. So yeah, it's reaching for prescription medications for anxiety, depression, or non-prescription medication, whether it's involving drinking alcohol, smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, whatever it is that's going to help you through the days and the nights here, okay? And then I also read the Nine of Swords here for you, Leo, that if it's not you, and this energy doesn't express itself towards you, it could be that you're connected to somebody that you know, and this is, them behind bars or incarceration. Okay, then it becomes their Nine of Swords energy. But let's throw a clarifier on that Nine of Swords. Why is the Nine of Swords here? Of course, if a court card shows up here, it could just be one or two things. It could be you directly having to deal with some sort of unresolved energies, or it could be some other person that may have created the Nine of Swords energies for you. All depends. But anything else that comes up, I will try my best to interpret the energies. This card flipped out, but it didn't turn over, so we're just going to stick it back in the deck. But why is that Nine of Swords here? Why did it show up? All right, here we go, Leo. Why is the Nine of Swords here? Why did it show up? A person. And look at that, it's the Queen of Pentacles. So it could be that someone is excessively worried about a job loss. Look at that. I said the Five of Pentacles. We had the Tower or something like that. But this could be someone taking a demotion, worried about a demotion, getting cut from a job, or being, could be laid off from work or something like that. And then it's keeping you up at night. It's having you to overthink. Are you going? And see, I say that because if you guys haven't noticed, I'm not someone that keeps on top of the news because I feel it's very depressing. But this current administration has had a lot of cutbacks, government cutbacks. So this could be someone that I'm reading for that works for that particular capacity. or something else that's going on here. So it's like, oh my gosh, I lost my job. And this is usually a higher, well, I'm gonna throw in there that could be just, a plain worker. And I don't want to say that people who are working are just plain workers. No, someone of importance. This is management. This is supervisors. This is, someone who's in charge here, oftentimes. But it also too could fall into the category of just a plain worker, um, who works for a company that's dealing with some sort of, downsizing, cutting back, layoffs, and demotions. All right, so that's the Queen of Pentacles that will clarify that Nine of Swords for some of you that could be that I'm reading for having to deal with that. Hopefully not. Anyway, next up here is the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands, however, in spite of the Nine of Swords, is the card of happiness. Card of something definitely coming in very, very fast. It moves the energy of the Two of Wands. Remember, I said if we get any of the movement cards here, will propel the energy of whatever it is. This could be what you're waiting for, who you're waiting for much sooner, coming to you much sooner. Eight of Wands could be involving any Leo traveling this week. If you are, you want to be safe to and from. The good news that could come in very rapidly could come through a phone call. It could definitely come through mail. Could come through an actual person. Always a touch of surprise, an element of surprise with this Eight of Wands. Texting, a lot of texting I always get. And the good news could come through someone texting you and putting a smile on your face. Following the Eight of Wands here for you, Leo, now we have the Two of Wands. Wait a minute now. Did I just call this the Two of Wands? You know why I call this the Two of Wands, Leo? And I'm gonna tell you that because I'm not redrawing this energy here. You see the two things that's standing up here in between. I just thought that was the Two of Wands. So let me make a quick correction here. And if I had taken notice, good notice, and didn't notice it because of the Five of Pentacles, this is the Two of Pentacles, not the Two of Wands. Okay, so what we're going to say about that Two of Wands and redressing the energy here, because if I make a mistake, I'm going to call it out, call my own self out and correct it, okay? Because that's just the type of reader that I am. And I hate to discover, the mistake that I made after the fact, and then I have to go on to edit and try to, correct that. That is most annoying. So bear with me as we just revise this reading real quick. The Two of Pentacles here is juggling two things. It still could be a small pay raise, right? And you having to juggle two things, Leo. Two jobs, interested in two things, right? Could be just simply balancing, trying to balance out your checkbook, which then follows the Five of Pentacles, where you're worried, could be worried about your money or your finances. How about that? Now we draw the Two of Pentacles. I'm sorry. Now we draw the Two of Wands. I still want to say Pentacles. And your spread. And now it will go back here to if there's any movement cards that show up while the Two of Wands is here, then it boosts the energy here that much sooner and quicker. So again, projects move forward. Could be relationships to start to pick up. It could be almost anything. This is my timing card. 2 days, 2 week period of time. But because it follows this Eight of Wands, again, things coming in very, very rapidly for you. So you could be just think of it as the green light. Things that weren't moving before now get to move. Following the Two of Wands here, now we have the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is gaining insight and clarity. Now it could be on one specific thing or several things. Gaining clarity, right? Knowledge, information, first actions, first moves. Seeking also some sort of excitement or adventure for the very first time. Aces always start things out. Okay, up next here for you, Leo, we have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, of course, is the mother of all love. She's definitely nurturing, caring, definitely supportive. Most importantly, though, she's intuitive. So pay attention again to your intuition this week. She's here to help guide you. To receive this card here in your spread, Leo, just simply means that you may be already engaged in benefiting some sort of emotional happiness, satisfaction, contentment, from those people that you are close to, whether it's your friends, your romantic partners, co-workers, could be your children. Okay, that is the Queen of Cups. Also, you could be the line that I'm reading for that works in the capacity of helping others, because this is usually what the Queen does, the Queen of Cups. All right, so additional messages here for you in this spread, Leo. We have the King of Wands, so this is your own energy. So again, an intensity, a passion, um, carrying out that energy where you're focused on it, but you're going after it. And, whatever it is that you could be going after, you definitely achieve it. Okay, so this is, again, a core card that could be expressing himself in a sexual manner, usually positive. The King of Wands could, burst or send a burst of energy in here to those lions who are artistic or creative. All right, following the King of Wands, it's the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, Nine of Pentacles just represents one of my financial independent cards. The Knight of Pentacles is the other card. So this could be for the Leos that I'm reading for. And go back here to the prior card that opened you up, the Five of Pentacles. Remember, I said this was temporary. Here's the improvement right here. So money picks up. This could be for any Leo that I'm reading for that gets a promotion, uh, pay raise, substantial bonus money, right? So it could be all of that. I usually regard the Nine of Pentacles as not only seeking financial independence, but you already are for some that I'm reading for, hopefully. And then being recognized for some sort of energy that you put into some sort of hard work and energy. Now that could be coming straight from your employer, again through a form of promotion, pay raise, bonus money. This is usually what I regard as spending and splurging. So if you have access to this type of money and you were thinking about buying something for yourself, treating others, go ahead and do it. This is a card that always comes through to remind you that um, you're not to feel guilty about wanting to, splurge a little bit, not only on yourself, but it could be those ones that you are closest to, which is family members, friends, romantic partners. All right, that is the Nine of Pentacles. And the very last card here for you, Leo, is now we get the Tower. Okay. So the Tower's here, in fairness to myself and whatnot. I'm not going to, sugarcoat anything here. It's always involving some sort of shocking element, devastation. Now, remember, I said if the Five of Pentacles, if the Tower showed up in the Five of Pentacles, that will still go back to people having to be concerned over their positions, their work, their money. Shocking and devastation could be anything expressed where if it's not something that's personally affecting or impacting you this week, you hear about it impacting other people. There's so much energy that goes underneath the respect of the Tower. But just keep in mind, because you have drawn the World card, that also is going to be what takes down that Tower a little bit. So we always include weather. It could be earthquakes. Um, God forbid that the summertime is approaching. We go back to these little random um, shoot 'em up killings. People just go to different places. Like we just had a shooting, I think it was in Florida, um, at a college. 2 people were killed, 6 people were injured total. Now there could have been more, but that's what I read. Like I said, I don't try to get into reading the news because it's nothing but depression. And I don't want my moods to be affected by that type of energy. And I know this is every day, stuff goes on, shit happens in the world that we have to, you know, face up to and whatnot. But every day of the same thing, it's like no wonder nobody's, um, finding happiness or living a life of happiness, because they're consumed about what's going on around them that has nothing to do with what's happening to them. You know what I mean? So it's like, don't put yourself in that situation. And I usually cut people off when I hear depressing stories. I'm like, well, I don't, why are you telling me I don't want to hear about that? My family is good for that. Anyway, So yeah, earthquakes or weather. We had high winds here the other day that was like 70 miles per hour. Thank God my house is still cemented. Um, but didn't really know how bad it was until the next day. I heard it, but I'm like, okay, it's just wind, but it was 70 miles per hour. So they, in other areas, poles and lights and shit, people lost power. I always mention when the tower shows up with the sun, there's always a loss of power. So again, Leo, this may be some things happening not to you personally, but around you. Could be anything in the local community, global, worldly, anything that you can attach to it. It's uncontrollable, so don't try to control it. But let me throw a card here on this tower. I wasn't going to do it, but this turned out to be a lengthy video because I screwed up on that Two of Pentacles from the very beginning, not paying attention. So what is the tower here for? Why did the tower show up? Give us more information. All right, that didn't turn over, so let's put it back in the deck. Just do another quick shuffle here. Why is that tower here? Ace of Wands. Okay, that's interesting. Now, sometimes when I try to clarify these cards here, I don't always give you the best impression or, the best impression that makes any, sense to you, but I give it my all. And this simply would just mean that there's some sort of slowdown and some sort of think of the Ace of Wands, passion, beginning stages, right? Element of surprise. There still could be an element of surprise and a shock factor to someone because of the tower's present. Someone's, I don't want to say happiness becomes diminished, but it could be that there was something that you could have been expecting, and then all of a sudden it gets diminished. Hopefully that's not the case, but this is what I'm reading in terms of clarifying that the tower, that there was some sort of hope in beginning something. I think this is just something that becomes shattered. So it could be a shattered dream or some sort of shattered initiation, something that you were hopeful and looking forward to gets busted up. Okay, go in the comments here. Let me know if that is the case. Anyway, this is what I have for you, Leo. I do apologize for my little misstep here. So this turned out to be a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but you get the drift. I always like to try to clean up my mistakes when I catch them. Anyway, throwing in extra caution, a word of safety here because the tower is present in your spread. Just, be vigilant, not paranoid. You're going to survive that tower. Because you're going to come back next week to look at next week's video. So you'll be all right. Don't worry about that. But always come back to get these messages from me, Leo. You guys be safe. Remain smiling. All's going to work out, and I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.